Today I am going to be covering scenes that we've got in less than 12 hours phase 4 dropping. I thought I would take this opportunity to show you the trucks that I'll be taking through into phase 4 to help along the way for finding new vehicles, for finding those trailers and all the new cargo and everything that we'll be expecting. Now, as you can see, I'm starting off on the start screen here in the mod browser. Now, I'm still aware that there are still RAM issues for people playing on the Xbox One, people on Xbox Series S and X. We've got a little bit more RAM to be able to process a couple more mods. There's only 6 mods that I've actually chosen in this, and they are going to vary. I'll try and go through them the best I can. We'll go into mod browser. Now, I've got mine set up, as you can see in the top left hand corner, as date updated. The reason I do that is because we get to see what's new, what's been updated as it suggests as we go along. So on page 1 of that, as you can see, the first one there is the multi-slot trailer. Now that's by xdude x001-00. For this we'll just call him xdude. Now with this trailer pack is, what's the best way of doing this? The best way he's done this is that he's taken all the trailers that are originally in the game, all the vanilla trailers, and he's basically put a 0 price tag on them, which means when we go to the new maps, instead of struggling trying to pull those trailers all the way back to a trailer store or back to the garage, you're just going to be able to delete them. You're not going to lose any money when you do so, which I think personally is going to be a great help. I'll show you that when we get into the game. Over to page 2, you can see I've got another trailer pack installed there. Sorry, before I go on, I made a slight mistake there. That is only 0.1 megabytes for that multi-slot trailer pack. So people who are on Xbox One, that's going to be ideal for you, not using an awful lot of RAM up there. Now, there is a difference between the RAM and the memory use of the game, and trust me, it does work. So I've got a couple of friends that are still playing on Xbox One and they say it works fine. So that's that covered. Like I said, back to page 2, we've got another trailer pack, which is the low trailer pack there, and that's by Janos. And that is a brilliant trailer pack. Yes, it's slightly high at 640.9 megabytes, but it should run as long as you get the right combination of mods to download, and I will cover that as we go on through this episode. This one, the benefits of these trailers is, one is they're mainly all goosenecks, but as you can see in the picture there to our right, you've got spare wheels attachments there, and they also, on a couple of them, they've also got toolboxes and stuff, so you're going to have extra repair points, extra fuel and spare tyres. Not all of them come with fuel, so do take that into account. Moving on from there, page 3, we've got the new APC 6x6 Rhinoc, and that's by VladSiv72. Now this, is it a contender towards the Tatran? Yes, I think it is. The main benefits of this is it's vanilla based, so you're not talking extreme power over the top, but at the same time, when we get to the garage and I'll go through it, there's quite a few variants that you can do. There's the radar, you've got a plough that you can stick on there. I'm not a big fan of the plough, especially with Xbox One players. You push everything out the way, you come out of your game, you go to play it the next day, the map is completely reset. Series S and Series X players, we all know that we can quick resume and you'll be able to just carry on from there. Anything you've ploughed out the way should remain out the way. So we'll be taking a look at that as well as we move on. Going through to page 4, we've got nothing, so I'll just skip through. Aftershock is just a map that I'm using at the moment. Right, this one, the Trucks Max Pack for console. Now this is an amazing mod to be downloading, especially for newbies and stuff like that. This is only 19.2 megabytes and works wonders on all stages of Xbox console. Now there's 50 plus, yes I said it, 50 plus variants of trucks. None of the DLCs have been touched because we're not allowed to, basically. Well, I'm not allowed to. I don't do the mods. I just like playing the mods. But there's 50 plus variants of all the trucks in the game. Now, I've got my own recommendations. I highly recommend downloading this. It's not a cheat by any means, because these vary from vanilla and you can customize them all the way up to over the top. They'll just last and last and last. But we'll cover that as we go on. Let's keep on moving through the list. I want to try and make this video as short as possible, but as in-depth as possible. Otherwise, by the time I finished it, Phase 4 would have dropped. So, keep moving on through. And I'm sure I've got one, maybe two more in here that I just want to go over real quick. Just keep moving through. It's glad to see all these pages. Right. The king at the time, the iX3880 Heavy Wrecker. Now this tops at 300.5 megabytes, and I also know that this is one that does work on all consoles. It's been slightly detuned, but it's also been updated with the logging capabilities on there as well, which once again makes it ideal. And to be fair, it's a great looking truck. Loads of customization to be done on here. I really like this truck. It was the daddy, and you know, it needs no intro. So unless you're new to the game, this truck really needs no intro. It will do what you want it to do. So last but not least, it's quite some ways back, but it's still a very decent mod to have. I'll just keep moving through these pages here. And there it is. This is the TUS 420 Tatran. Now it's not the vanilla Tatran, this is JBE. And this is by the modder J Boosted. Now this thing is absolutely amazing. You've got a choice of your two. Here you've got the APC, which I covered right at the start. Now that one, it's 310 megabytes to download, so you're going to have to take that into account when you're trying to find the level on what you need. But this JBE Tatran, if you want a vehicle that will go anywhere, this is the vehicle for you. The vanilla one, spot on. This one, it's just, download it, try it for yourself if you haven't already. I really do recommend that. All that being said, let's get out of there and let's jump into the game. Now I've set this one for Amandra, so we'll appear at the garage in Amandra and I will start purchasing some of these vehicles. I'll run through the customizations of each vehicle as I go along. You can see for yourself then how they handle. Now I'm hoping Amandra is going to be the best source, or as close to what we've got coming in the next few hours when Phase 4 drops. So let's jump into the truck store. As you can see, everything that's got Max is from the Max Pack trucks. And, you know, for, let's just say, what was it again? 19.2 megabytes. 19.2 megabytes, and you're going to have 50 plus trucks. You can see them all there. Everything with Max on is all by the same guy under the same download. They're not overkill. They can be overkill. You can set these things up and they will destroy anything in their path. They will go on forever and ever, and you just keep repairing them and refueling them. As you can see, they just keep going on. But I'm going to jump real quick over to Heavy, because I know the vehicle that I want straight away. Now this is the original vanilla Collab 74760. I don't want that one. That's 135,000 to purchase. I'm going over for the Max one. And there it is there. And look at that. It's only 9,691. I'm going to click on there and I'm going to purchase you. So while I'm at it, let's jump to Scouts. There's the APC Rhinoc. I'll take one of those, thank you very much. And the JBE. And if I remember rightly, is it in heavy or is it in heavy duty? We should have the IX3880. No, it's a heavy duty. There it is. We'll take one of those too. Now I think truck wise, that is a lot truck wise. So, right. So the first one showing up is the IX3880. Customize wise, anyone who's watched my videos, you know what this is all about. So I always go OP Cummins engine, gearbox. It's got to be Iggy's R&D. Suspension wise, we're going to leave it. Then again, hauling active, why not? Tyres, I'm going to go down to the mud tyres. In fact, no, we're not. We're actually going to go down to the chains. And we'll go with mud tyre by Quasi. Winch, SE offline. Diff lock is already engageable. Snorkels I don't really bother with. Oh, jumped too far back. All-wheel drive, obviously we want that switched on. Frame add-ons, now like you said, it's got the new log carrier front. We've got the medium log carrier. And this thing is pretty much set to do whatever you want it to do. We'll go with the 70-ton wrecker just for the looks. Got the sleeper cab on. Visuals, rear bumper, don't need to bother with that. Rooftop. Go with the roof fog lights. Hood, we will go chrome. Front bumper. Let the grille mass on. Miscellaneous. I'll have the chrome mirrors. And the chrome tanks are already on. IX stickers, we don't need to go through those. Exhaust wise, we'll go full chrome. And the rims are the default ones. Colour variations, you just pick and choose what it is that you prefer. For me, that is black and red. You've got your bobbleheads, your accessories, your stickers, your exterior stickers, and your hood ornaments to go through there. But for you with those, we'll change that daylight to 1 o'clock or 1300 hours. So yeah, beast of a truck. This thing will get you anywhere. This, is it a cheating truck? Yes it is. I'm not gonna lie, this is cheating. If you're fan base and you just want to stick to the original types of trucks, don't pick this. If you want an easy way of getting around, pick this. So I'm going to leave that there, and that is the IX3880, and that it can be used on all console variations. Pressing the wrong buttons here because I'm trying to get through these as quick as I possibly can. Let's get down back to the garage. What we've got next in here, the JBE Tatterin. Now here we go with the Scout vehicles. So this is the JBE version of that one. Engine wise, we've got quite a few to choose from. Power is everything. So gearbox, always the JBE transmission. Suspension wise, we will go JBE Active Suspension 1, or do we? No, we'll go HD. Get rid of that and that. Tyre wise, you've got a whole lot of tyres to choose from, starting from 47s, 50s. And yes, you've even got the Quasis and the Taiga tyres on here. But this thing is an absolute beast of a machine. So keep going down through the list. He could have made the list a little bit shorter, but hey ho. More the merrier. We'll go with the 51 studded Quasis. The winch, obviously autonomous. I mean, if you tip this thing over, then you really are good at the game. Spare wheels. Add those. Snorkel. Twin front facing. Right, in-cab supplies. You get 100 repair points and 1 spare wheel. You got in-cab rack, which is 150 repair points, 2 spare wheels and a 375 litre tank. So we'll take that and not that one. We've got a small roof rack and a large roof rack. So take that, and we can also put trunk repair. So this thing is kitted out. You get stuck anywhere, go to your garage, grab this, it's going to get you there. Rooftop, you don't really need any of these because you've already got the lights on there on your roof rack anyway. So miscellaneous, you've got LED side lights, we'll stick those in, an LED kit which basically just lightens up your air vents on the side there. We'll put some LED headlights in there, you've got 2 variants. We don't want the tall beacons or the horns or the visors. We don't need those. We've got the Quasi wheel type 1 and the Taiga wheels. We'll go with the Quasis. Colour wise, I could go on forever with the colours. There is absolutely hundreds of them. Let's just pick that one out, the blue. Once again, you can still put your bobbleheads, your accessories, your stickers and your exterior stickers on there. That being said, let's pull this one out of the garage, and as you can see it's got rear steer as well, which really does help with the cornering. Let's pull that out, handbrake on, take the engine off, we'll jump back to the garage, and last but not, oh no, we've got 2 more vehicles actually, haven't we? Right, truck storage. We've got the APC 6x6 Rhinoc. Now this is one of the newer ones to the game, and this isn't an over the top by any means. You can move it up to an S plus power to weight ratio, so we'll take that. The gearbox improved. Stock is stock anyway. We'll stick the chains on. Winch autonomous. Tall forged sheet for the snorkels. Frame add-ons, like I said, you've got the plough, we've got the enforced plough and a roof rack. We'll shove the roof rack on there. Very simple roof rack, 150 repair points, 1 spare wheel and 120 litres of fuel. Moving over to visuals. Radar 15,000. Yes, we don't have to pull that trailer around with us anymore. We can use that tow hitch for something other than having to pull the radar around and getting lost out in the wilderness. So all your usual things for the roof. No added lights. That's the only downside to this vehicle. There's no added lights. Right, we've got the cabin protector. Don't want those on there. Rims. There is actually 4 sets, but there's only actually 2 technically because they're just different colours of 2 different variants. So I'll go the black ones on there. Colour wise, he's really done a good job with changing the colours. Bobbleheads, accessories and stickers available inside, nothing available for the outside. So let's leave the garage with this one. Now the turning radius for this, yes, is a little bit on alongside. It'd be easier to turn the Titanic on some occasions. But what it gains in manoeuvrability and turns, it certainly makes up for in other aspects. So, pushing wrong buttons again. I'm going to jump back into the garage one last time. And the truck that I love to use is the Collab 74760 Max. Now, customization wise, now like I said, with the Max pack, you can go completely over the top. I mean, this thing will run. I mean, the fuel capacity on near enough every truck that he's put out is 3,333 litres. Are you going to need all that fuel? No, you're not. That is the only downside. You cannot reduce the amount of fuel going into the vehicle, but you know you're not going to run out of fuel for the vehicle. So engine wise, they start with the top 4 ones, which are the military RU truck turbo diesels. Now these are dirt cheap. I always go with the last one in there because I'm just a power freak. I'm going to admit it, I'm a power freak. But as you can see, you can change it to anything you want. Absolutely anything you want. If you want to go just vanilla and maybe just put a little bit more power in there, you can do that. Why? I've got 4 of those laying there. Got no idea. Let's get rid of those while we're here. Gearboxes, you've got a whole set of custom ones. My personal favourite is the high range. We'll go with that. We'll get rid of that and that. It's all about the money, boys. It's all about the money. Suspension, I'll stick with the active bigger wheel suspension. Always have. I'm going to stick with the tyres that are in there, but you have got all-terrains from 65, well, all 65s actually. Off-roads, there's only one set. 65 mud tyres, they start at 59 65s. And the same with the chains, even though they start with a 65. Tega all the way down to 59 65s again. You have got an entire assortment. He really has made sure you can cover whatever it is you want. I go with the 25% normal for the winch. Anything more than that and you're going to be firing 1,000 winch points to everything everywhere, and it really does become annoying. Spare wheels speak for themselves, but as you can see, repair points, 64,000 repair points, 1,000 spare wheels and a 2,000 fuel tank. You don't need that. You really don't need that. But I always do put in the Max toolbox because it's got everything in there. The 64,000 repair points. You know, this thing could be your rescue vehicle. And the reason I say that is coming up. Right, snorkel wise, you've got just a ridiculous, it looks more like a periscope than anything else. I'll just stick to the Intake air filter. Now I am going to be covering the trailers and all that lot in this, guys. We'll be driving some of these vehicles around a little bit, but I just want to show you my setups, how I've got mine rigged up. Leave comments below with your opinions. Am I cheating? Am I not cheating? Are they decent vehicles? Are they not decent vehicles? You know, you need to let me know. So frame add-ons, we've got everything pretty much that you can think of. It'll carry logs. Like I said, you can turn this into a rescue vehicle. It's more than capable of doing it. So the best part I like about this is that you've got your saddle high and your saddle low. Now on most trucks, it's one or the other. You pull up, you've got the wrong saddle. It's like, great, I've got to recover, go all the way back to the garage, drive back out, change the vehicle, hitch, or get a different trailer. With this one, you can have your saddle high and your saddle low. I needn't say any more to that. You've got both of them there. Visuals, rooftop. LED lights, why not? LED lamps. fog lighter, all the usual stuff there. Even light bars, you've got orange flasher, red flasher, white flasher, and white and blue flasher. I don't like the flashing bars, but some people do. Bumpers. Now you could put the pipe welded on there, and if you go up, you can actually stick the cross fog behind them. Looks a little bit silly, but you've got it there. Why do I keep going back so far? So exhausts, just all the usual ones, but if you don't put one on, the exhaust fumes go down underneath. Don't get in the way of your view. Rims, obviously because we've got the Tigers on there, there's only one to choose from. Colours, there's a whole load of colours you can choose. As you can see, not going to go white. Let's go pink. Why not? Let's go pink. Bobbleheads, accessories, stickers, exterior stickers, all the usual. Let's get this out. Pretty much instant startup. So these are the 4 vehicles I will be, well, you've seen now, I'll retain these and ready for the download tomorrow. All these are going to be ready for me. So these are the vehicles I will be taking. The Collab, the APC 6x6, the JBE Tatran, and the IX 3880. Now bear in mind, I'm only showing you one of the 50 plus vehicles that are available in the Max Pack. This is my personal favourite because this is a vehicle when I first got the game, I looked at it, this is the vehicle that I wanted. When I finally got to get this vehicle, I'll just crash straight into the building, why not? When I first got this vehicle, I was hugely disappointed. So, you know, big kudos to the modder who decided that, you know, enough's enough. So we're going to run down here real quick, down to the trailer store, because I forgot that the trailer store isn't actually outside the garage in Amandra. And as you can see, this gives us a brief look on how well this is. Anyone who's played on this Amandra map already will know how bad this mod is. It doesn't care, it will just keep going. And this has got an 8-speed box and I'm only in 4th gear already. So yeah, you've got your twin hitches on the back, so you will never ever have to question whether or not you're pulling up and getting the right trailer hitch. And just stop real quick and pull up the display. You can change the suspension, lift that up. It doesn't lift it up immensely, but it lifts it up just enough to clear the rocks for this next bit. Not that it's going to struggle at all. Keeps on going. The size of these wheels, why shouldn't it? Let's turn in. I left that lever too late. Right, trailer options. Now this is going to be slightly difficult because there are 2, maybe 3 trailer packs actually listed in the, turn the engine off for a second. Right, go to the trailer store. Now everything that's got a 0 on it, like a 10 slot semi gooseneck, £0. £0. You're going to come along, you're going to buy that, you're going to take your load and deliver it to its destination. Once you're there, it's not a question of, oh, now I've got to drag that trailer all the way back, or I'm going to have to leave this lying on the map and it's money that's wasted. No, you buy it, you do your trip, delete it, you've lost nothing. You've gained all that extra money and you haven't lost a penny. So all the ones with 0s on, I will go through real quick. So the wheels will appear. Trust me, they will appear. Right, you've got a Scout trailer here that says it's radar. As you can see, it's 128,000 repair points and 1,555 litres of fuel. Now, I don't know if this actually still works as a radar. I don't think it does. I think it's just designed to look like the radar unit, but is actually a repair station. So that's something you could just pull along, dump in the middle of nowhere on a well-trodden track, and you'll be able to refuel. Right? So if you don't want to use these over-the-top trucks, just buy the pack. You've got yourself a self-made fuel station just sat there ready to go. You know, if you're taking some damage as you're walking down the road, as you're driving down the road, you're going to be able to just pull over, do a quick repair on your vehicle, and carry on trucking. So, 8-slot wide step deck, 4-slot chain semi-trailer. It's basically just heavy duty, but these have got chains on as well, so which is going to help immensely with it being in the snow. So, like I said, all these ones were 0 on. No, he's got a generator there. Now, he's turned a generator into a repair vehicle. 44,000 repair points, 2,200 litres of fuel. And you can still use it as a generator. So, it's, you know, ideal. Cheating, I know it's cheating. We've got another toolbox there. And it says radar does not work, but you can still open it and drive around. So with that one, it doesn't work. So possibly the other one that was a bit further up the list, yes you can. Fuel trailer, that's just a standard one. Another one, I mean that one's got 1,000 when, no it's not, it's got 1,999 litres compared to the standard, which only has 900 litres. And standard wheels, this one's got twice as much, and you've got chains on there. So once again, you know, there is absolutely, download the trailer packs. They're the easiest thing to do and they all work. Download them, try them all out. Now this is one of the ones that I was telling you from. These are from the low trailer packs, and these are brilliant. It's not so clever on here. This vehicle's a little bit too high, but if, like I said, you want to use your vanilla trucks and play the game how it's supposedly meant to be played, then just buy the trailer packs. It makes your life so much easier. You can still manually load them. You don't have to auto load everything. You know, you're not cheating at the game, you're just helping the game along a little bit. So there is a whole sleuth of trailers. Try them out. Now personally, and this is what I wanted to touch upon, the multi-slot trailers, which is the ones that I've just shown you with the zeros, the ones that you buy but you don't buy because they don't cost you anything. Now those ones, they work absolutely fine on the Xbox standard edition, so you don't need to worry about them with a 0.1 megabyte download. Won't interfere with the RAM too much. You shouldn't have any issues at all. Like I said, I've got a few friends that still play with theirs and they work absolutely fine. The truck Max Pack, which is one of the ones that I'm using now, is also, you know, it's less than 20 megabytes and it works absolutely fine because it's using just changing the codes a little bit and adding a couple of extra options, and this thing will just keep on trucking and trucking and trucking. So let's leave that there. We'll go back to the Tatran JBE. Let's change that time up. So this is the JBE version of the Tatran. And as you can see, it's a lot beefier, it carries a lot more supplies. And once again, it's so low as a download and does work for all consoles. Now, I do appreciate any of you that are still watching this video. I really do appreciate you taking the time to watch what I'm doing, but I want to try and get through it as quickly as possible so I don't take up any more of your time. But once again, it's another one, it just keeps going. Will a tree stop it? No, but a tree will stop it. Now that's a first. That usually just demolishes a tree. Rocks, will rocks get in its way? Very unlikely, because rocks never got in the way. With the vanilla one, why should it with the JVE? So even if you just download this, just this one on its own, it'd be ideal just to go and scout the area. Or download it, scout the area, and sell it. Don't do any missions, just sell it. Only downside, this does not pull trailers. That's the only downside that they did not do with it. It will not pull trailers. But broken ice, is it going to prove me wrong? It'll fall through, but it'll just keep going. Great little scouting vehicle, great little vehicle for recovery. And that is why I have chosen this to be one of the vehicles I take with me when phase 4 drops in the next few hours. So it's just a beast, an absolute beast. Why suffer with a vanilla Tatron when you've got this? And at present, J Boosted is also working on some of his other vehicles that you might have seen added to the updated recently. The Voron D, highly recommend the Voron D JBE. Go back into some of my older videos and you'll see there I used that an awful lot when it first came out. He's now added the logging capabilities to it. Am I going to tip it over? Yeah, I think I've managed to tip it over. Okay, that's different. It's why that hasn't fallen flat. Oh no, it's still going. I was going to say why that hasn't fallen flat on its back is beyond me. So the IX3880, the daddy that started it all, in my opinion anyway. Now this, I just love this vehicle. Now, personally, I think that it's been detuned a little bit since it made its first appearance. A friend of mine that was always into his war games, still is into his war games actually, he very rarely comes back on Snowrunner. They took this down for a short period of time, he stopped playing the game. He says until they bring it back, he's not going to play it. So, once again, it's another capable vehicle. Kick this in its height, and it just skims across the surface of everything. And also it has changed the suspension mode, quite a high suspension mode. Now I'm hoping the terrain that we're looking at now is going to be fairly similar to what we'll be experiencing later on, so fingers crossed you like the trucks that I've chosen. You'll try and use the trucks that I've chosen. If not, leave it in the comments what you're taking in with you and why, because I'd like to see that. But yeah, the IX3880, I don't need to do much more with it. You can see for yourself it's more than capable of doing what needs to be done. So last but not least, I'm going to jump into the Rhinoc. Now like I said, best thing about this vehicle, one, it's pretty vanilla. Even though it's a modded truck and we've got nothing to compare it to except the vanilla Tatron. Yes, it's a little bit slow, it's a little bit sluggy on the turning. But it goes. Stick it into high, it doesn't go flying off like a rocket. It'll stick there quite comfortably. You've got that radar there, so you don't need to get a radar trailer. go scouting around. You've got the extra fuel on the top and the extra paints. Radar, I do believe, takes 15 litres every time. It's got a 60 litre tank in there. So yes, you will have to top up every time you use the radar. 4 times you'll have to top it up. Like I said, it's got a 460 litre tank, which is ideal for getting you out from A to B. You should come across somewhere to pick up fuel within that 460 litres, unless you are completely off grid when you go out exploring. But the radar, that's slam the brakes on, and it's the same as before. Click up on your D-pad now to activate radar. Obviously it's not going to show much on here, you just hit the Y, let it do its thing. Area has been scanned, and like I said, it's not going to show you anything on here because this map is open. Oh, take out a height. Tree, it's a tree obstacle, anything to cope with? No, is it hard? So where it might struggle is where we're coming up to now, which is the deep mud, and just about to say the deep snow. But I think I've got every faith in it. As he gets it stuck. Oh no, she's still going. And obviously you've got your trailer hitch and your trailer hitch. My English has all of a sudden gone downhill. You've got your winch anyway, so that will always get you out of trouble. So if you want to stick to vanilla as possible, then certainly this is a vehicle for you. And because of the low, should we say, fuel capabilities of topping up, goes to the trailer store here. It's the same story. It will tow anything on the back that has a trailer hitch attached to, and there is enough to choose from. I really do highly recommend, if you can download this vehicle, or definitely the JBE Tatran. So I've been rabbiting on now for quite some time. I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover. I can't wait to be able to download Phase 4 and get back on there, and I will be posting up locations for the new vehicles, locations for the new upgrades. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notifications bell, because I will be keeping a very close eye on the Phase 4 content that is coming out, and leaving my thoughts and opinions on it best I can. Whether it helps you out, that is your decision. So I'm going to end it with this getting stuck after me praising it so much. Let's take the handbrake off, just to prove that you can get out of any situation. There we go. That would have been a nice fail to end the video on, but it's done. So yeah guys, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the notifications bell. If you're already with me, then thanks for your continued support, and thank you for all the extra subscribers that have joined. I do my best to try and keep the videos short. As you all know, I don't edit any of my videos. What you see is what you get. Any comments, really appreciated. Leave those down below. I really want to hear from you this time round. I want to know what vehicles you're taking, why you're taking them, whether or not you think my selection is right, whether my selection is wrong. Leave those down in the comments below, and I will get back to you. Anyone who has left a comment, you know I will get back to you. I always do. In the meantime guys, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't, hit the thumbs down. The algorithm will still say that it's a viewed video. It has been a very long video and tedious video, this one, but I wanted to put my points across on what I'm taking and why I'm taking it. I really hope you've enjoyed it, And without taking up any more of your time, take care of yourself, but stay safe. And hopefully, in the next day or two, there'll be another video up for you all to see. So, happy hunting out there. Good luck with Phase 4. And I'll speak to you in the next one. Bye bye.